Float too.
Групп подтвердила правила игры?
Да, самое главное захватить ядерное оружие, чтобы это не скрывалось.
Как с французской полицией?
Если бомба взорвется, то будет обвинять Россию. Тогда миллионы погибнут. Несколько мертвых полицейских — ерунда по сравнению с этим.
Соломон, долбанный псих. Даже после того, что случилось, все равно хочет реванш.
Соломон может быть и псих, но точно знает, чего он хочет в достижении своей цели. Дима, ты помнишь, последний раз мы здесь были по Триумфальной арке, могилы неизвестного солдата. Помнишь, что ты сказал? Что если бы были люди осознали, какое воздействие мы оказываем на мир. Да, сегодня несколько человек узнают о том, что мы сделали для человечества. Понимаешь, я все время думаю об этом. Меня это мучает. Я себе это стараюсь подавить.
Приблизимся к Еврекс-Армену. Мы в зоне поражения от фондовой биржи.
Дима, зажигаем блокиратор. Соломон не сможет активизировать ядерный чемоданчик с расстояния, если мы будем в близости от него. Вот они, мы приехали. Вот здесь. Готовься. Помни, в ядерный чемодан не стрелять. Он может повредиться, распространить энергию. Все готовы? Давай, жми на газ. Давай. Пошли быстрей.
You people! What do you want from me?
We want the numbers, Mason. That's all we've ever wanted.
They needed their knowledge. What they'd learned.
Operation 40 had planted a double agent working with the Ascension Group.
Echo Glory Reaver. His mission was to sabotage the rocket.
But something went wrong, Mason.
I can't get these fucking numbers out of my head.
Focus, Mason! We're out of fucking time! The world is on the fucking brink of war!
Whose war? Who the fuck are you anyway? Huh? God, I just keep hearing the fucking numbers.
It's a broadcast, Mason. The numbers are a broadcast. You've been brainwashed. You were cleared for duty and summoned to the Pentagon.
Jason Hudson was my new handler. This is it.
Why the Pentagon?
Hudson couldn't tell me. He didn't have clearance.
Your convoy's ready, sir. Welcome to the Pentagon. We're late.
Secretary McNamara?
Your reputation precedes you, sir.
Step on it.
Nothing less than our national security is at stake. He has no fear, no conscience, no weakness. This is Nikita Dragovich. I believe you two have already met.
When do I kill him?
We're lucky to have you back, Mason. VIP.
He's here.
I felt like everyone was watching us. And watching me. Back then you couldn't trust anyone. Sometimes even yourself.
That's why we're here, Mason. To see if
Finest
we can
people in the
trust
world,
you.
right here. 24/7. It never ends.
We were watching you the whole time.
It's not possible.
I was in the Pentagon.
Please tell him we're here.
At once, sir. Clearance Prospero.
Mr. President?
Agent Mason,
Great honor, Mr. President.
sit. We are in grave danger from the communists. Our freedom, our very way of life is at risk. Dragovich. I'm told that you are the very best that we have. Anywhere. You will need to be. Mr. Mason, take care of it.
Come on, Peter, let's go someplace else.
But Mom, we
No
haven't even...
buts!
Oh! Bitteschön.
Danke.
Good day, ma'am.
You, one strawberry milkshake, please. Oh, I hope you don't have a fire back there to put out. If so, I'll come back another time.
I'm sure the fire can wait, Commandant. One strawberry milkshake coming right up.
Fireman, I recognize your face. Very Aryan face it is too. Are you out of Station 1?
There you go, Commandant.
Oh, vielen Dank. Now you, show me your identification papers, please. I love strawberry milkshake. It's perhaps my favorite American thing. So simple. Just milk and ice cream. The rest of the menu, however, I think you will need to address. I think it needs to be more German. Yes? Tell me, are you from here, John Smith? Huh? I read here that you operate out of Station 6. What is the location of Station 6? I'm unfamiliar with this station. Speak up.
Kommandant, Sie werden vom Oberkommando verlangt.
War das nicht Zeit? Trink grad noch meine Erdbeermilch.
Leider nicht, Kommandant. Das Oberkommando verlangt, Sie umgehend zu sehen.
In Ordnung, ich komme schon. Mein Gott. Oh mein Gott, das bist du. Du!
Blazkowicz, shut the fucking front door! Before any more goddamn Nazis show up for milkshakes!
Not that I don't trust you, Blazkowicz. There's nothing saying you couldn't be wearing a mask made to look like William J. Blazkowicz to hide your alien space lizard facial traits. So, how many of the password Grace gave you?
She didn't give me one. Right. Off with the mask. Show me your lizard face, motherfucker. Super special, lower your weapon before I break your arm and put your lights out.
I knew it was you, Terror Billy. I was just fucking with you. Come on, follow me. Hey. So, welcome to Mission Control. I haven't had much of a chance to clean up around here. I'm sorry about that. It's, good stuff. This shit right here. It keeps the signals from getting through. Very effective against alien mind-reading devices. How's Grace? Good. Baby happy?
Fine as cream gravy.
Christ, I miss her. Even the pissing in the face part, you know. I mean, maybe I miss that the most. Little fucker.
So what have you been doing down here, Super Special?
This place? My papa and me used this place to collect all the evidence we could find of the government cover-up. Cookie? It's been more than a decade now. Summer of 47. It was the same year I quit working as a lawyer. In the year I joined the Black Revolutionary Front, after I got Grace acquitted from that murder charge that the goddamn FBI pigs trumped up against her. Anyway, one night, Papa heard something on the police frequency, and he brought me up north to Murphy's Ranch, where we found this flying saucer-like thing had crashed into the ground. And wouldn't you know it, the U.S. motherfucking military swooped in and quarantined off the entire purview. Gave us some kind of bullshit story about a weather balloon. They were lying out of their asses because we made off with some actual hard evidence. Here, take a look at this. Huh? Pulled that baby right out of the crash site. Now, does that look like something that came off a weather balloon? This place is where we kept the records and started surveilling what the military is up to. Papa built most of it.
So you reckon what you saw was a spaceship?
I'm not saying it's a flying saucer from outer space, but it was clearly extraterrestrial in origin, if you catch my drift. It's all fucking connected, man. If you trace the chain of causation, you find yourself in a secret underground facility about 10 clicks east of Roswell, up by Bottomless Lakes, Area 52. Our government captured an alien flying saucer, and they stored the salvaged bodies and technology in an underground vault. Everyone was involved. The FBI pigs, the military pigs, even the goddamn King President pig himself. Check this shit out. Right? Area 52, Area 51, over here, Area 48, Area 56, all over the Southwest. Nevada, New Mexico. It's one gigantic complex, and it's connected by underground train tunnels. Look at the pictures. Plasma guns, mind control, anti-gravity engines. And after our coward-ass government surrendered to the fucking Nazi pigs, our new masters took over all these bases, and they kept doing their own experiments to further their own fascist agenda. Look at this. This whole thing is the Area 52 military compound. Up here, the Nazi head honchos installed the fucking Oberkommando. But down here below is a cavernous vault full of all kinds of weird-ass technology, alien shit. It's all down there. Now, I haven't seen it myself, but it's there.
Well, whatever it is, it ain't Martian.
Okay, all right. Nobody knows for sure exactly what kind of technology we're dealing with, but it's most likely space alien-based.
It ain't space aliens. I talked.
How the fuck do you know? Are you some kind of expert on all things extraterrestrial now? Look, I've been a lawyer a long fucking time, and I know a motherfucking conspiracy when I see one. Now, okay, I'm not saying it's space aliens, right? But it goes without saying it's fucking space aliens.
So, I got a nuke in this here fire extinguisher.
Okay. Cool it. I did not mean to rile you.
Grace told me that you know a way into the Oberkommando. You get me in there, I will use this nuke to blow the top brass of the Nazi leadership to smithereens.
What are you actually hearing? I want you to think about this for a minute. All of you. What are you hearing? What are you hearing when you hear these roar? Why would an animal roar? Why would an animal screech? You see, what we do, or what I used to do, when we wanted to go and get sounds, for instance, a gorilla makes an incredible roar for a dragon, right? Or a tiger or a lion, a bear, right? So we have all this big catalog of screams and roars and what. But what do we have to do to get that? Do we go out in nature and just hope that the bear does that? No, we go to a zoo or some animal holding place for the pound for dogs, etc. And we in order to get those sounds, you have to poke and prod and torture these animals. You're hearing the absolute suffering and pain of these animals. You're hearing a captive animal who is being tortured essentially to get the sound. I'll give you an example. When you want a really good high-pitched screech that you would put to the Alien movies, for instance, you would go and record pigs getting castrated. They don't give them any kind of Novocaine or anything to numb their pain. They just snip. And do not. There's no empathy whatsoever towards these beautiful, beautiful creatures. They cause them pain, and we're there with our boom mics to record, and our shotgun mics to record that pain. And you get these. In terms of my art that I used to participate in, you get these perfect, wonderful screams that can be applied to these monsters that you're hearing in these video games. But what you're really hearing is the suffering, the pain, the absolute anguish of these beautiful creatures who are held captive and tortured. Now, to me, that is enough to stop playing video games. That is enough to say I can't do this and I can't participate in this horror anymore. Now I know, because I'm hyper empathetic, that most people probably would not take that position, but for me that's enough. That is the crisis of conscience. That is enough for me to know that, now for you to know that you can't ignore it anymore, and that when you hear those screams, next time you play that game or watch that movie, you're hearing pain, you're hearing suffering, and it's giving you pleasure. That's disgusting.
You tell me that all the time they do this? It's never simulated with a computer or something like that?
Oh sure. You take, so what you do is you take the gorilla scream, or you take the bear scream, and if you listen, you'll hear, for instance, scraping metal, or what else did I used to use? Like, scraping metal is the best, because you add the scraping metal to the to the sound of that roar, and it creates like a monster type of sound. You can combine different animals and make different sounds. The TIE fighter. Remember Star Wars?
Yes.
The sound that the TIE fighter makes. Yeah, that's an elephant screaming backwards. I used to sit in my. So you're basically in a windowless studio, and you've got big speakers, and you're blasting. I've lost hearing since I, did that for so many years. But you're in this, 10 hours a day or more. You're in this windowless studio, soundproof, all that stuff, and you're what do you do? So during the time where you're editing, taking out little clicks and pops and stuff, you're listening to radio or your music or something, right? Because you don't necessarily need to be listening critically. And so I used to, back then I was listening to InfoWars, Alex Jones, which now, of course, and shortly after that, I was like, wait a minute, this guy's a fraud. But you get to learn a lot of basics with Jones back then. And so what happened to me, actually, and I wrote about this, I was sitting there one day, and credit to him, because he did have this interview on with this soldier, and he was basically a low-ranking officer, a low-ranking grunt, but he had played video. He explained that he had played video games all his life, and he was very, very happy about that. And he said it's so great because it's such an easy transition to go right into flying drones. And so this guy was a drone pilot, and he would go in for like a normal work day. He lived on the base, and he'd go into the what can only be described as a video game booth. and grab the controls, and he'd fly a drone. The drone has like a 4-second delay. So in Pakistan, he's flying this drone and he's dropping bombs. And he says the collateral damage rate, in other words, the amount of innocent women and children and men that he would kill just to drop the bomb in the correct place was about 90%.
That's incredible.
So 90% collateral. So that's, what is that? Was that something 9 out of every one are not the target? So it didn't matter if it was a school or whatever. So I'm hearing this. I'm equating that to what I'm doing for a living, what I'm earning mammon, currency for, right? What am I doing to make my way in this life? And it turns out that they were right all those years, that video games do, in fact, and are designed to affect the empathy level, the moral compass of children, especially, and adults. So as soon as I heard this interview, that was it. That was the click. That was what I call my crisis of conscience. I said, what the hell am I doing? Here I have these demons on my screen that I'm making for Resident Evil. And I went around and I asked the other guys, because some of them were Christians, some of them were not. And I asked them, I said, how is it that, do you ever get bothered by this? Is there something about this that makes you want to stop doing this because you're supporting something that is against your religion or against your moral fiber or whatever it is that affects you? And they said, oh yeah, absolutely. And essentially their answer is, but I have children, I have this, I'm sold out. I sold out. I can't stop this. No matter how bloody and gory and disgusting and immoral it gets, I can't stop this. And I kept asking people, and I kept getting the same answer. And to me, that was the wrong answer. That is what made me stop, because I was like, I don't want to be you. I'm at this point making, getting close to making probably $100,000, $100,000 a year, which is pretty good. I was up to $30 an hour, I believe, something like that, 35. And I quit. I said, no, I don't want to be you. I don't want to get myself into debt, have children, get married, etc., only to become you, a sellout, a self-professed sellout. I don't want to be you.